The elderly postman sits alone on his wooden porch, admiring the gold morning sun paint over the village. Still empty, his worn leather bag hangs by the doorway, with recollections of 50 years. Yellow with time, one closed envelope sits on his desk, addressed to nobody. His worn fingers shaking somewhat, he follows the empty area where a name should be. Below sleeps the village peacefully, unmindful of the storm brewing within his heart. Every face he assisted, and every letter that elicited tears or laughs to households, is burned in his mind. On his route, Mira's house first greets him. Her eyes continually hunt for letters that never arrived. Kept tucked in his bag for 20 years, he recalls her mother's final letter, undelivered. His hand grips the antique envelope. He knows what he should do today. Rising gradually, he carefully adds the envelope alongside fresh blank paper to his bag. His heart thumping with purpose, the sun rises higher as he sets onto the dusty track. Mira cares for her little marigold garden, her back bowed from years of silent waiting. He approaches quietly, the ancient envelope weighing heavily, a stone against his chest. "Good morning, Mira," he whispers, his voice soft like the wind blowing through her blossoms. She stares up in shock since no postman had knocked at her door in years. He tremulously grabs the yellowed envelope from his bag. He murmurs, "This came long ago." Then, "I am sorry, your mother's final words to you." As Mira grabs the medication, her hands tremble, tears flow before she even opens the seal. Her mother's preferred bloom, pressed with affection, one dried marigold drops out inside. The letter mentions love, pride, and a mother who departed not out of wrath, but of sickness. Weeping not out of sadness, but out of finally knowing the truth. Mira falls to her knees. With 50 years of suppressed suffering, the ancient postman kneels beside her, tears welling up in his eyes. She speaks the words aloud, each stitching shut a wound she had believed would never heal. She stares at him with forgiveness and appreciation as she completes. He departs her among the marigolds, gripping the letter like it were holy treasure. His next destination is the blacksmith's workshop, where Rohan silently and rageful works. 10 years have passed since Rohan had a heated argument and spoke to his younger brother, carrying only a heart filled of hope and a blank paper. The venerable postman has no letter. He sees Rohan striking blazing metal, each blow resounding with covert remorse. He says, "I have a letter for you," even if the piece in his hand contains no language. Suspicions in his weary eyes, Rohan stops with droplets of sweat running from his forehead. "It is from your brother," the postman lies gently, knowing some truths need seeds. Rohan's fists release, and his rage first manifests a rift. Staring at the empty paper, he hopes words may manifest at will alone. The postman whispers gently, "He wants you to know he forgives you, and he misses you." Rohan's shoulders shudder as he moves away. The paper is held against his breast. The old man walks on, leaving behind the blacksmith's soft weeping sound. Rohan will write his own words now. That is how healing starts. The sun peaks as he comes toward the little schoolhouse atop the ridge. Young Kavya instructs there, but her heart bears the weight of a broken goal. She originally hoped to be a dancer, but familial obligations led her to chalk and blackboards. The postman knocks on the doorframe. She glances up from her pupil's work. "A letter came for you," he says, as he grabs a folded sheet from his bag. He has written encouraging words on it, as though from her deceased grandmother. Once he observed her grandmother dance, he noticed the same fire in the eyes of little Kavya. "Your grandmother believed in your dancing, so should you," he says aloud. Kavya's eyes open as her grandmother died before she could convey such sentiments. Reading the letter repeatedly as tears roll down her face, she picks it. He says that honoring those who believed in our dreams is never too late. She nods slowly, a seed of bravery germinating in her core. As he heads towards the edge of the community, the afternoon light softens. Alone by the river, old Leela's kids far away, her husband dead. Daily she feeds the birds, seeking family among animals that recall her. Comfortable quiet ensues as the postman sits next to her and they observe the water ripple. He gives her a little envelope bearing only her name, without a return address. Inside is a drawing of her childhood home, the one she abandoned 50 years ago. "Someone recalls you," he says, but he drew it himself painstakingly. Leela follows the lines of the roof, the windows, the tree where she once played. She grins, a rare and exquisite thing, like sunshine after monsoon showers. "I remember too," she whispers. For a split second, she is once more young. With the drawing held tightly, he leaves her by the river, her heart less lonely. The sun starts its descent, draping the town in hues of amber and rose. He travels to the carpenter's house, where a son and father labor silently. Divided by a disagreement years ago, they now share a workshop, but not words. The postman asks to rest and sit, and without saying anything, they offer tea. He describes two brothers who formerly built a vessel together for them. Though the boat traveled far, the siblings always served as each other's anchor. He talks of pardon as selecting love over being correct, rather than as forgetting. For the first time in years, the father's hand stretches out and brushes the shoulder of his boy. The son doesn't withdraw tears into their shared cup of tea. The old postman gets up, letting them repair what silence had ripped. Evening comes as he approaches the last home, the smallest in the village. Here resides a widowed woman, whose only son vanished to the city and forgotten her. Knitting sweaters for grandkids she has never met, she sits by her window. She opens the door with eyes expecting nothing. The postman knocks. He gives her a letter penned in the meticulous handwriting of a youngster. It talks of love, of desire to return, of a son too ashamed to see her. Reading every word, she shakes her hands, and her heart explodes open with hope. The letter promises he will come home for the harvest festival this year. Tears running, she holds it to her chest. For the first time, she believes. As she rereads the letter beneath her lamp, the postman goes off. Like all the letters he never sent, the stars come out countless and brilliant. He comes home to discover his neighbors congregated on his porch, illuminated by candles. Mira is with her marigolds. Rohan stands alongside his brother. Kavya wears dancing bells on her ankles, her grandmother's dreams still alive. Surrounded by people who got to know her, Leela holds her sketch. Standing close, the carpenter and his kid touch shoulders, as if longtime buddies. Bringing her knitting, the widow's face was flushed with expected reunion. They have arrived to thank him after having heard what he did. He tries to speak, but tears say everything. Words escape him. Mira moves forward and wraps his neck with a string of marigolds. "You brought love, not letters," she adds. Thanking the mailman for bringing them back, Rohan's 10-year-old brother speaks first. Free and joyful, Kavya dances in the flickering candlelight to celebrate her grandmother's dream. Knitted with love, for the one who gave her hope, the widow gives him a sweater. He wears it because it is woven with thanks, even if the evening is hot. Every face is lighted by candles, dancing like stars descended to earth. The ancient postman discovers that letters are not the only means of conveying love. Often, the most significant messages are the ones carried in our hearts. And a life spent serving others returns in the love that comes back to us.